Neighbors Night Out, which he has always offered his house to host, his yard mainly. Knew Larry, saw Larry, and we are sorry that he is no longer with us. There's no other official president's report, so we will go on to the next officer report, which is our treasurer, Jan Davis.
Thank you. At our August meeting, we had cash in the bank of $7,468.98. We've had $560 in memberships and donations, which we are so thankful for. And as far as expenses, we printed an information sheet for you about the neighborhood meeting, the ice cream social, and that was $109.73. And then at our last meeting, we had a cost for hospitality and the gift cards of $69.88. And the utensils for the ice cream social came to $54.75. The ice cream and toppings were donated. And so we had total expenses since our last meeting of $234.36, which leaves us a balance in our checking account as of today of $7,794.62. And then we also have a small savings account for funds from PayPal to go into. And that account has $275.45. And so 6 people have used that PayPal account so far, which hopefully more and more people will use it. Anybody have any questions? I'll give the mic back to Cheryl then.
Thank you, Jan. Our operating procedures don't require us to actually have motions and vote on either our treasurer report or our secretary's report. So, but if there are no major discussion, additions, corrections to the treasurer's report, then we will file the treasurer's report, and these are available. We are trying to get all of our official documents and recordings and videos on either our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. And we'll be hearing from Ruthie in a little bit more about our social media. Now I'm next as secretary, and you have on your table, each table has a copy of the minutes of the last membership meeting, which occurred in August. And also these were posted on our social media. Is there any discussion on the minutes from the last meeting? Any additions or corrections? If not, then we will file the secretary's report. And it also was posted on our social media, and this now will no longer be a draft, and it will be reposted. We're going to have a few committee reports before we get to our program, which is going to be very interesting. The first committee is Signs and Beautification, Linda McClary.
She's still out.
And Linda is still at the door, letting in people, apparently seeing that no one who shouldn't be let in is let in, although we don't know how she would know.
She let me in.
Anyway, I hope you all noticed the new signs for the patrol, that our neighborhood is patrolled, and also the signs that went out that announced that this week we were having a membership meeting. If any of you have signs and are having difficulty with the posts going into the ground and bending, Linda will be in here in a little bit, and please see her about that, and she can get you some new legs or a new sign. Our next report is from Ruthie Glenn, our social media guru.
Good morning. to touch on, otherwise, other than like the PayPal, it's up and running, we haven't had any issues. It does not collect phone numbers, we can't do anything to change it. So if someone reaches out to you via email and you've done a membership, that's probably what they're reaching out for. We are working on the directory, so everything that comes in from there will go to the directory, so that's why they're working on it. Besides that, we've done everything that we planned for 2024, just some fine tuning for the rest of the year. But if anybody has any ideas or concerns, I'd love to hear them, any feedback on groups or the Facebook page. If I'm not posting something that you would like to see more of something, I'd love to do it for you. But other than that, if there's nothing else, I think that's it. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So like on your Facebook page, I
Yes, ma'am.
saw like dogs, you know, this person had a missing dog, whatever.
Uh-huh.
So is that going on the page if there's missing dogs or something? Because I know I sent in something
Uh-huh.
that said, I see a dog here, or no.
Yeah.
You know, like this doesn't, we don't post this, you need to go to neighborhood something or whatever. So I'm just
Did
curious.
you do the neighborhood Facebook page, or what page was that? Was it the Winter Hills neighborhood?
Well, I just sent a message to the, I guess the Windsor Hills, the Windsor Hills Facebook page.
That would have been me that responded, and I always post, and if I get it, I cross-post it in our neighborhood group as well.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was maybe the wrong group. I'd love to get with you
No, no
afterwards.
problem, I just wanted, that's where I would send it though.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And then we also have a link on our QR code where you can reach out to Linda McClary. That QR code will link you to any committee member. If you need anybody, Cheryl, Jan, myself, we're all listed on there. All of our reports are on the QR code. So from that QR code and on your newsletter, it's just a little squiggly thing. You take a picture of it and it'll take you to a drop-down menu of anything and everything you could think of. And if it's not there, tell me, because I want it there too. So and I would love to add anything we can. It's pretty organized. I don't keep old newsletters. Like once I get a new one, out with the old and with the new. I don't, so then that way it's not messy. It's easy to navigate, just because I know it can be difficult if there's 20,000 tabs. I try to keep it minimal and clean. So, but I'll catch up with you afterwards and make sure.
Thank you.
I would love to.
Thank you.
And Linda will be back here in a little bit if you want to talk to her about how to get in touch
She's a
with her
Democrat.
to notify her if you have found a pet or you have lost a pet. And I work with Linda because I've found several pets and she's been really good. She has a chip reader. So if the pet that you found has a chip, she can tell and we reconnect with the owner. Our next committee report is Patrol. Beverly, do you have anything to share with us?
This should be everyone good.
I have been doing the patrol, and I hate to tell you all, but it's dwindling mightily. We don't have, I think the whole month of September or August, we only had like 5 or 6 patrol teams.
Oh my
went out.
gosh.
And you know, you cannot have a very good, secure neighborhood without patrol teams.
And I was like,
I don't know what to do. I don't know if anybody wants to patrol, we can have a class. If you know of somebody that might want to patrol, I've had a couple, 2 or 3 that have taken the class and then I don't hear from them anymore. So I just don't know really what else to do. It's not hard, it's very easy to do, it's fun to do, but we don't do it. So that's,
Beverly, it has to be 2 people on patrol?
you know, they like to have 2 people on patrol. But my husband used to patrol by himself, there was 2 or 3 others that patrol by themselves. And if you don't, and it's perfectly fine, I've patrolled by myself. They don't like it. They recommend that you not do that.
They.
Who's they?
The
Yeah.
police, the ones who teach us.
But it does, it's very peaceful, really.
You can help people form a team, can't you?
I can try. Sometimes if you've got, we have several teams already, I have one single man that wants to patrol in the mornings. But I don't do mornings. But, if you know of anything, any help that we can have to get to, to help the neighborhood. I don't have anything else.
Ruthie, can you post something on our Facebook page?
I was thinking so, and if nothing else, when people ask for if we're getting patrol, I think we can ask them to volunteer too. Cause I get a lot of messages with who's patrolling, what's going on, maybe I can get a form to send back to them and see if they can even do it for an hour a week or a month.
Once a week, once a month, an hour at a time, or whatever we can get, just to get us out there, so people see that we are actually paying attention.
I will start posting.
They I think Jan White and her partner do like 3 hours.
Okay.
Some other people do 2, I've done 1, it's just enough to keep us out there.
Perfect. I'll work on that.
Okay, thank you.
And when you patrol, you do not accost or approach anyone. If
No.
you see something that you think needs to be reported, that's what you do, you report it
To 911.
to 911. You do not involve yourself in anything like that. The next one I'm gonna go to is hospitality, and that is Tamara. She's doing double duty as president and hospitality person. And while she doesn't have anything to report this time, she wanted to let you know that she is stepping back from this particular responsibility next year. So we will need a new person for hospitality next year. We'll be talking about next year and elections and all after our program. I'm gonna turn it over now to Jessie Gutierrez, who's been our program person this year, to introduce our speaker. Before you do that, Jessie, I want to take this opportunity to thank Jesse on behalf of the board and all of you for the great job he has done over the past years of bringing us. And he will continue to be helpful in this area, although he wants to train a successor. So be thinking if you want to become his pupil.
What'd she say?
And help us out in the coming year.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody here for all the support I have given in the past, but that's in the past. Estelle, I want to present you with this certificate of appreciation for being our guest speaker here. It's basically that says Estelle Hernandez, field representative for James Langford, United States Senator, and then it's from Winter Hills Neighborhood Association. I want to present this to you. And also, since James Langford gave you permission to come with us, I want to present him a certificate of appreciation from us to him. And it has said, Honorable James Langford, United States Senator, Oklahoma, Winter Hills Neighborhood Association, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and got my name on it, and Tamara as president on here. I'll present both of these to you, and we appreciate you, we appreciate James Langford.
Yes, we
Thank you.
do.
You hear what she said? She'll be sure that he will get that.
Absolutely. So thank you all so very much, and continue to gather to make sure that, I live not far from here, so I know how important this group is. So thank you so much, and thank you all. Got this to the senator.
Okay.
there is going to be another meeting in here at noon, so when we finish the rest of our business, we will have some time to mingle and talk, but we will need to kind of vacate this area by around 11:15 or 11:20 to allow the people to set up for their next meeting. Next on our agenda is an update on our bylaws revision, and I don't see Lori here today, but Terry, would you be able to give us a little update on that? Sure. Since you've been part of the committee. On your table, you will see the draft copy of the proposed bylaws, which we will not be discussing today, but they're available to you and they will be on our social media, right, Ruthie? Yes. Yes. And we will be voting on them at the business meeting next month on December 7th. You don't need this.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for being here today. You have on your table copies of the proposed bylaws with revisions from the board. Linda McClary also served on that committee, and Lori Wickenkamp chaired that committee. We met numerous times, not only as a committee, but we also met with Neighborhood Alliance. We provided with them a copy of our previous bylaws. They had not been revised for several years. In case you haven't noticed, our neighborhood has changed, and our neighborhood association has changed. And those changes and those transitions had exposed both strengths and weaknesses in our previous bylaws. And so, although we had people on the committee and in our neighborhood that had previous experience with the formation of bylaws and the revision of bylaws, we felt like we needed people who were the experts in and had experience, particularly as it related to neighborhood associations, both those that like gated communities, which are HOAs, where the fees are high and the regulations are very restrictive. That is not what we are. We are a voluntary association, neighborhood association. And of course, Neighborhood Alliance has experience in both of those circumstances. And so they really bring, from our perspective, they bring the best of recommendations, qualities, and experience to our circumstance. They've also dealt with neighborhoods going through significant transitions, generational transitions, cultural transitions, socioeconomic transitions. And so we submitted our bylaws to them. They came back with numerous recommendations. In fact, we had a hard time recommending where our bylaws were within it. And yet again, our committee went to great detail to identify for us, as the people who live with this. An outside organization can certainly bring a lot of wisdom and experience to a situation like this, but we live with it. And so we went through there multiple times, through multiple meetings. We went through it to identify what we believed to be the strengths of our existing bylaws, as well as the strengths and the advantages of their recommendations. And so what you have in front of you now are what we have wrestled with. There were some things that certainly the three of us, we talk about Dr. Langford, Mr. Senator, he's got lots of different titles. Senator Langford trying to bring agreement between a large group. It's not always necessarily easy, even when there are only three. But we found common ground in everything that we did. And so what you have in your hand is the recommendation from the bylaws committee to the board of Windsor Hills Neighborhood Association. We presented that, I don't remember exactly how many months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, that the committee presented that to the board members. They had some recommendations as well, and they were well received by the committee, and so the committee has made those changes. What you have now before you is what will be the recommendation at our December meeting. Will be our recommendation to the neighborhood association as our new bylaws coming from the board by way of the committee. So I know that my suspicion is that you've not had much time to look at this. There'll be plenty of time for questions, and perhaps the board will provide some venue. I don't know, I've not been part of that conversation. Maybe they'll provide some format where you can ask questions, maybe even a question and answer before the board meeting. We've done that before for significant changes where we gave people an opportunity to come before the meeting to have a Q&A. But I don't know, they'll do something good. But you know who's on the original committee: Linda McClary, Lori Wickenham as chairman, and me. And if you have a question about that, feel free to reach out to us. Our numbers and names are out there. Lori and Linda are, of course, you can reach them through the QR code and that format. I'm around, so you can find me. People know how to reach me. If you don't, or if you want my cell number or email address, just ask me. I'll give it to you. I'll stay if you've got. Was there anything else you wanted from me about that? Oh, okay.
Okay, we really want to thank the committee that did this work, and it's hard. If any of you have ever worked on constitutions or bylaws, you know that it isn't an easy task. And they've done a fine job and spent a lot of time on this. So please take opportunity to look it over, and please plan on coming to our next meeting on December 7th, when we will be, the board of directors will be meeting next week, and we will be planning exactly how we will handle the opportunities for questions and answers at the meeting. But it is posted on our social media platforms. And is there an opportunity for a response on any of that?
I can add one. I can put in a form. There's a contact form on there. If you guys have any requests or anything that you want more information on, if you fill out that contact form, it sends me an email and I send it to the appropriate place. Because sometimes you're unsure of who to look for, why, any contacts. So I fill out that contact form and I'll figure it out.
Thank you. Yes, the only other kind of announcement is that we have upcoming elections of officers for next year for the association that will be coming up for a vote in December. The way the process is working is that the board of directors will present a slate of proposed nominees for an office. They may not have a proposed nominee for every office, but they will have some. And then those members attending the meeting will have the opportunity to nominate additional people to run for any particular office, and then we will elect. And elections are generally done by secret ballot. Think about it. Think about serving as a member of the board of directors. It's not just the officers, but the main ones are president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. So we also have some members at large. And then we have a number of committees that will be needing new chairpersons. So please think about stepping into one of these positions and serving your neighborhood. Because it's really, it takes a little bit of time, but it's really a very important process for maintaining and improving the neighborhood in which we all live. Again, I just want to announce that the next meeting is our annual business meeting, where we will be voting on both the new bylaws and electing officers. We will not have a program per se at our December meeting, but we will have lots of opportunities for interacting with your neighbors. And we are going to be asking, we're going to kind of be doing a little kind of holiday potluck. We're asking everyone who can to bring one of their favorite holiday treats, breakfasty or other, and we will be providing them liquid refreshments, which means coffee and water. Okay, is there anything that anyone would like to bring up? We have about 5 minutes and then we will do our door prizes.
Yes, Cheryl, I just wanted, I heard you mention Larry McAtee's passing. His funeral is this coming Wednesday at 11 o'clock at Quail Springs Baptist Church.
Thank you very much for providing that. Any other comments? I guess we're on to the door prizes. Ruthie?
Oh, yeah, I can, absolutely.
Oh, okay, maybe it's Beverly and Linda.
Beverly and Linda are gonna do it.
Okay, so you're off the hook, Ruthie.
First of all, I want to thank Amy for bringing the gingerbread. If I'd known that,
I didn't see any
would have bought
gingerbread.
cookies. Do what? Take some home with you. Oh, well, then take some home. They're really, really good. What else? Okay, here we go. We have 2 door prizes. And it's a $10 gift card for bronze. I can't see it.
The last 3 numbers are 994.
Oh.
So if you come late, you might have to leave.
Gift card from Bronx.
Gift card from bronze. We can all find something at bronze.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Last one.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to hold it up higher. 993.
Yeah.
Whoever came in together is 3 and 4.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, well,
So we're
consider
gonna
our
take
meeting
this home and
adjourned
look at it,
for
right?
today. Please help
Huh?
yourself. I think
We're
there's
gonna
a few
take one
cookies
of these.
left.
We don't need 2 of
Big
those.
hopes of
No, we're not
coffee.
taking one.
Feel free to chat a bit, but we will need to vacate here by 11:15. We will probably need to be out.